Welcome to Thez Nutz Garage. And today, the battery has gone out on this 2014 Ford Fusion Titanium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pick up a battery. And it looks like it's pretty simple to install. So maybe I'll be able to handle it. AutoZone, I think you can go by probably O'Reilly's, any of these places. They will normally, if you don't know how to do it, you buy the battery from them, they'll install it. On their website, I was looking at AutoZone, comparing prices to different places, and it said this needed to be done by a professional. So I guess that's them, their way of saying let somebody else do it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the camera around, and I'm basically gonna show you what's holding it in, and I'll go get a battery, and then I'll show you how to install it. Like I said, I don't think it's very much. So let's check this out. All right, so here's the car, and this is the EcoBoost with the 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine. And I've got the dust cover off of it, the positive terminal, and then back here is your ground. And it looks like there's some corrosion back there, so before I put this back together, I'll make sure I clean all that up. I don't think that's what's causing the battery issue, so I will have it tested, and I have a tester in here I'm going to put on it before I run up to the store to get one. And it looks like there's just a little bolt right here. There are a couple of different size batteries for this car, and this actually looks like a smaller one than what I've been looking at. So when I go up there, I may actually get a little bit bigger battery, because all you have to do is, instead of putting this bracket here, you put it here, so that allows for a little bit longer battery. So it looks like what I'm gonna have to do too is take off this air box. This is where your air filter goes. I'm gonna take that off, and I should be able to just slide this battery forward, and out she goes. So I'm gonna get my charger, test this thing, and see what's kind of going on with it. All right, so I have put my terminals on here. Always, if you don't know what you're doing, don't try it. So this red means this is positive. That's red, and you see a little positive sign. So even on this part of this metal, it has positive thing, a mark. In the back is ground. Usually your positive will have a cover over it to keep anything from hitting it. So what I did was I put my ground on my terminal and my positive on my terminal, and I hooked it up with this little battery charger that I got. And I'm basically just trying to see if it'll throw a code that it's default or the battery's bad. This car, the other day when I was actually out here working on the headlamps in the video, replacing these, I noticed the car was kind of dragging, trying to start, and then now it's just completely dead. There's nothing going on. You go inside, try to start it, press the button, none of the lights come on, so it's completely drained. And you can see on my battery charger that it's showing 10.9 volts. This car shouldn't have went down that fast like it did if the battery was good. Like I said, I don't think that corrosion was the problem, but I am going to clean it up, and that's what I'm doing now, is trying to test it. So I'm going to finish doing this and go get a battery. All right, here are the tools you're going to need pretty much to do this job. Looks like I have a 10mm open-end wrench. I'm going to use that to loosen up that little bolt and that little bolt back there. You always take your ground off first, so that way if you were trying to take this bolt off first and you was to hit something metal on the car, you wouldn't arc a spark. So it's always best to remove your ground first, then your positive, and then when you get ready to reinstall it, hook your positive up first and then your negative. That way, if you was to accidentally take your wrench while you're doing this bolt, like I said, and I don't know, hit something metal somewhere on the car, like over here, which kind of a far away space, but who knows? Some cars aren't like that. They're really tight up against some sort of metal, and you just don't want to hit that positive terminal while you're unloosening it. Hit the part of the metal of the car, it'll cause a spark. Could do some damage. And then I have a small ratchet, 8mm socket, which that's what that is. I have a screwdriver, and then I have this little brush thing. This is made for cleaning off your terminals. That way when you reinstall them, they're all fresh. I'll probably get some sort of little grease and kind of put on all electrical grease, so that way when I put it all back together, it tries to prevent that corrosion. So I'm gonna start taking this battery apart, and when I get it done, I'll get it back. All right, so I've removed this little bolt, and I'm gonna, one other thing is, this battery's got acid on it. I didn't show you this a second ago, but get you a pair of gloves. Don't be grabbing that with just your hands, especially since you already see corrosion and you could have acid leaking out of it somewhere, and you don't want to get that on your skin and burn you. So here's basically the little plate and the little screw that I took out. I'm just gonna sit it here. Now I'm gonna take these clips off so I can get this battery out. So now that I got the battery out, basically I didn't have to remove this box. I just slid the battery all this way. I did the ground, I did the positive, and just rolled the battery up, and it popped right out of there. But you can see there's quite a bit of corrosion on right there. So I'm going to use an old trick from when I was little. It may work, but I'm actually going to clean that up. I'm going to put a little Coke on it, Dr. Pepper or something. Coke's usually pretty good because it's got a lot of acid in it. It'll eat that up. And I'm just going to rinse that off lightly with probably like a little bucket of water. Get all that off. Here's the battery. Same thing with this. You can see there is quite a bit of corrosion on that. So I'm going to clean that up. You can see where the battery acid's been coming down. Get that part cleaned up, and go get another one. Alright, so I went to Walmart, got me a battery. This is a T5 Max. This thing's got like a 5-year warranty, yada yada yada. 650 cranking amps, 800 amps, 32 whatever. This battery, I think, was $119. This is the exact same battery that come out of it. I work for Walmart, so I get a discount. That's why I got a Walmart battery. That's my drill. I use that to clean up this terminal on the bottom side. And for that, I have this little brush stick in there. Clean it up. It also has it where if you have top posts, you can stick that on the post and turn it and clean them up. I'm gonna do these top posts on this battery before I put it on it, so it's all got clean and terminals. I also cleaned this up. This had quite a bit of corrosion on it. I used that drill with a brush on it, and I used this as well. I got these to put down so it helped kind of prevent some corrosion. That other battery up around the ground post was all cracked, and I guess that's where that acid was coming out, causing all that corrosion. So, but I'm gonna put this back together and be right back. All right, real quick, I'm putting this battery back in the car, and as you can see, I have it pulled all the way forward on this tray. That's how it normally sits. Don't put the locking bracket in just yet until you get all of these connections hooked up. So that way it makes it easier putting your ground on. You don't have to try to stick your hand underneath here fighting with that. So that's just a quick little tip. Alrighty, so I've taken the battery back off the car. This is a terminal for the ground. You can see the negative there. You can also see I've got this battery sitting on this tool case. Never sit a battery on concrete. It can make them go bad. Probably for the amount of time that I was going to have it sitting on the ground, it probably wouldn't hurt it, but don't let one sit there for an extended period. But anyway, this is would be kind of hard to put on when it's all up there. So I just put it on down here. And basically the way this works, it's kind of a funny little bolt. So if you have to take that apart, make sure you pay attention to the way it fits back together, the way it tightens it up. So I'm gonna get back to this, and basically all this bolt here, I just have this ground that will just slip right on top of it. I'll put the nut on top of it and it'll be done. I've cleaned that up, so let me put this back together. Alrighty, well I got the battery in this 2014 Ford Fusion. Looks like it's gonna, you can tell the lights have already come on. My wife's in the car, she's gonna start it here in a minute. But I'm gonna give a shout out to the other Thez Nutz. There's usually two of us, should be two of us, but the other one is off gallivanting around the world. Maybe one day he'll make a special appearance, and that's my cousin, Jason Altman, the big nut. So let's see if this will fire up. My arms. Look at there. Well, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and like the video. That's very important. So y'all have a great day, and God bless you.